is, the normal father stuff that's supposed to be done. But yeah, let me not take any shine away from Brother D. But explain, tell him a little bit about yourself.
Like Casey was saying, like the stuff that's supposed to be done, it's not expected. It's just supposed to happen. You're supposed to, if you're a father, you're supposed to take care of your kids. No questions asked. You're supposed to be there, even if you got a baby mother and she won't let you be there. You still gotta try. You gotta try to make it happen. Whatever you need to do to be around these kids' life. That's what they need. They need us, and we need them.
Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my father and the lessons that he instilled upon me, and just the guidance that he gave me. I'm definitely blessed to have a father that looked out for me. From when I was young till now. He still calls me saying, "Hey, what are you doing? How you been?" Asking me questions about just regular things like Brother D said. What fathers should do. They should know what their kids are doing and how they are, and their mentality and where their head is. That's very important, especially nowadays, just because society's all over the place. Everybody can get influences, whether it be negative or positive, from watching TV. And fathers should be on the prowl to see what their kids are watching and what they're listening to. Don't let them get influenced by all these drugs and all these different things out there that can hinder them mentally, physically, socially. They need to be out here, see positive role models, not just basketball players, but lawyers, doctors.
Hardworking brothers just working, feeding their family. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. But let me pose a question to you, Brother D. Let me ask you a question real quick. Since you have a kid, by the way, do you have a son or a daughter?
Oh, I have a little princess.
You have a princess. That's
Yes.
Nice. That's nice. Well, let me ask you this. Since you have kids, what kind of advice would you give your little princess? What kind of advice would you tell her? Like, what would you tell her to look out for out here?
These young boys who have no job and no
strive.
Yeah, no strive, no like passion, no commitment to like excellence, no wanting for themselves and others.
For themselves and others.
Yeah, you
For
gotta
themselves and
You gotta want for yourself, and then you could want for what I mean. You could give to others. You get yours, and then you know what I mean. You could give it to other people.
Yeah. Basically, share the wealth. For me, I would have to go along with what Brother David said. Make sure you have yourself together, because you can't help nobody else, especially your kids, if you personally don't have your stuff together. Like that old saying go, how are you going to pull a splinter out of someone's hand when you got a log stuck in your own eye? You know what I'm saying? You can't help nobody if your stuff isn't together. So I definitely agree with what Brother D had to say. That's something to really think about and try to strive and attain to. You got to get yourself together. You got to make sure you going to work, paying your bills. Everything that you personally have to do for self, make sure you get it done.
Education too. If you're a black man, that's like our greatest weapon against everybody who's not us. You get our education.
Exactly.
You gotta educate yourself, and then you'll be able to put it out there for everybody to see. That's one way of taking care of yourself right there, just education.
Yeah, knowledge is knowledge. But I have a saying, knowledge is power, wisdom is everything. And without wisdom, you can't get through daily life. You can't get through the little things. You know what I'm saying? Without knowledge, you don't know how to stop when you see a stop sign. You know what I'm saying? You can't help your son or your daughter with questions that they might have for reading or for English, because you yourself don't have that particular knowledge.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, definitely knowledge is one of the big things. And reading a book, you know, as simple as that may sound, you know, read a book. There's another saying that they used to have. If you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book.
That's crazy.
It is. It's, you know, pick up a book, you know, educate yourself so that you can educate your son or your daughters out there. And for everybody out there listening, you know, I hope that you guys are out there doing what you got to do. You know, all the fathers taking care of your kids and you know, making it right. I got another question for you. If you had to advise younger fathers out there, because the times we living in, you know, there are younger fathers out there. If you had to give advice to a father that may be 18, 19, 20, you know, what kind of advice would you want to give them, you know, as far as what to look out for, or, you know, things that they can do to help better themselves and their family? What would you give to them?
If you're that young and you have a child, you definitely have to change. You got to do a 360. You got to change your whole life, because